Good morning. Just been having a few issues. Let's get this on with our levels. Okay, so I had a few issues just trying to get online. I think we're there now. Okay, so it is 8 minutes past 2, 8 minutes past 9, so I'm a bit late. I apologise for that. We've just made new all-time highs in the S&P 500. We had news come in at 8:30 today. Not much happened. We saw a bit of a red candle and then it pushed back up again. News today. We've got news all day actually. So keep an eye on 10 a.m. We've got business inventories, crude oil at 11, and we've got monthly budget at 2. So yes, there's quite a lot going on. I've got news tomorrow. Right, so there's a little bit of news. So today could be a little bit of a volatile market, especially if you're trading oil. I'm going to quickly go through my levels for today because there's not many levels to watch for. Hopefully my pen's working now as well. So this is the previous all-time high level there, and we've just gone through that in the pre-market. So I'm looking for a retest of that area for a long. That's my first play today. I'll also be watching for a bounce down in this area if we get back down to that area. If we lose this area, then I do quite like a break and retest of 5900 or 5910. But you know, we're in a strong uptrend, so I'm still going to stick with. I'm going to predominantly look for longs rather than shorts today. And that's it. So we've just got those levels. So I'm going to watch 59.15 down to 59.10 for a bounce. And you can see previous all-time high and area of confidence. I got this level drawn because last time I was there we had a big reaction down. We saw this double bottom, putting in a higher low, and now I'm looking for the next higher low to go long. That's it really. Can't really see any other levels. If we lose pre-market low, then I may just look for a short as well, and the pre-market low will be this area of consolidation. SPY, exactly the same setups. The retest of previous all-time high, this zone here. So 585 for the bounce, and then I do quite like this region, 579 for the bounce as well. It's an area of confluence, so tops of pivots, bottoms of pivots. We've got the point of control going through that area as well. So let's watch 580, this region here, 580 to 579 for the bounce, and that's it for SPY. SPX, pretty much the same levels we had previously. Got 5900 above, 5800 below. We'll be opening up in new all-time high territory, so we can watch 5900 for the rejection, and if we come back down we can watch for the bounce. Let's just mark this level off now. 5870 for the bounce. NQ, let's go to the daily first. So that's our all-time highs over at 21,200 area. Looking a bit weaker than ES. We had a green day yesterday, but a small doji, and then today we already had a bigger size candle with a lot less volume, but the day's not started yet. Let's go to the hourly. So I like the rejection up here, 2630, 2640, 2650 for the rejection, and then I quite like the bounce back down in this region. I'm going to mark it up here. That region there for a bounce, 2300. And I think that's it really. Probably also consider this area as well for a bounce. If we pull back down into 2500, I quite like the bounce from there. We got the rejection area there. Okay, QQQ. Same, rejection at 498. If we come back down into this region, 493, 494, I quite like the bounce in this region here. So let's keep an eye on that for the bounce. So using this highlighted area, and if we do lose that area, we've got the bounce down here at 490. QL, which is crude oil. Potentially we're putting in a little bit of a head and shoulders pattern. We've got the neckline there, we've got the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. So I do quite like waiting for the break and retest of pre-market high, push back up. We've been holding this level. These are levels we've had in place, 70 for a long time. We've got a point of control through there, and it's an area of confidence as well. So it's good to see the levels work. The levels work really well on crude oil. We can watch this area for rejection as well, around 71 to 72. So if we do push up into that region, we can use that as a target, or we can watch for a bit of rejection. And I think that's it really. Notice reduced volume as well. Much reduced volume from there. We had increased volume going up, reduced volume coming back down. So potentially we might see some more up movement. Gold, still looking pretty strong, and I still quite like the breakout of this area. We're consolidating in this area now. So we've got two moves on for this. Break and retest of yesterday's high, or we can watch for the break and retest short of the 50 moving average, which is that red line, or yesterday's low. They're the only two plays I like. So watching these levels. We could also watch this area for a bounce as well, because it is a area of confluence. You can see bottoms of candles there, tops of candles and pivots there, tops of pivots, tops of pivots, tops, and then became bottom. So this is an area to watch for both a bounce. If we come into that region, watch it for a bounce, or we can watch it for the break and retest short down. RTY, exactly the same. We need to get out of this little area. We're setting up that area there, so I want to see it break out, break and retest of pre-market high, or we can watch for the bounce of pre-market low, or the break and retest of pre-market low down. We're pretty extended from the 50 moving average and extended from the 200 moving average. We have a volume shelf. Our next volume shelf really is not until we get into this area of confluence, so 2270. So let's watch that area for a bounce. YM coming into a double top, all-time highs, a bit like ES, a bit weaker than ES because ES is actually broken out over that area, but we're putting in a top and tail. So if we break the trend, let's look for a break and retest that trend down at 43.350, or we watch for a break and retest long over all-time highs. And Bitcoin on the daily, you can see we've finally broken out of this cup and handle pattern. Broken those pivots there. The only play I can see is the retest of this pivot. We've broken the pivot, we've yet to come back to retest it, or we can watch for the retest of this trend line and this area of confluence. So 64,000 bounce, or we can watch 67,000 bounce. They're the two areas to watch for. And that's it. Have a look at ES. Just quickly go through the levels again. We've got a little bit of divergence on the order flow, which I'm going to quickly go into. Let's just look at the volume. You can see as the prices have been increasing, the volume's been decreasing. So potentially showing that we're getting to and showing a bit of exhaustion here at the top. Let's just look at order flow. I'm going to flick over to my order flow screen. You can see 4 windows, or 5 windows. Something to note, this is a 10 range. We've got all the points and controls of each bar around that region, could act as natural resistance through volume. And one thing to notice also, we've got increase in price but decrease in cumulative delta, which shows some form of exhaustion up here as well. So that, and it's at all-time highs. We don't have any levels there. All-time highs is showing a little bit of exhaustion potentially, and we had low volume on the daily as well. If we were looking for a break and retest long, we can then go quite long to the 30-minute. This is the 30-minute footprint, and you can see a bit of a cluster of previous high volume nodes, and we've got high volume nodes sitting there as well, plus some orders sitting there waiting. So we can watch that area for the retest. So there's obviously, we've got, by looking at this, we can see now if we look for a break and retest, for the retest we've got some buyers already sitting there with their limit orders waiting to go long. So, and we've got some sellers up here who are probably already long looking to take profit, and that's probably around about the 6,000. That's 6,000 I imagine that would be. Let's have a look. Okay, no, 59.30. So let's just scroll down. So there's nothing at 6,000. 59.80. So these are large orders which you can see stacked up. So I do quite like the retest at 59.15. So let's just go back to the main screen. Let's go back to the hourly. 59.15 according to, we said 59.15, which is that area there. It's exactly the area we're watching for the break and retest. So that's an area I'm watching, and that's how we can use order flow plus the large orders indicator I built to see where there's buyers sitting. So 59.15, we've got buyers sitting there potentially waiting for the break and retest, and we can probably get in on that, and that's what I'll be watching as well. Okay, that's it. On my other stream, it's the live order flow, and I'll be back tomorrow 9 AM. Okay, thank you for watching.